Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's June here, now back with another video. Now, as you guys see on the title of today's video, we have stuff to talk about today. Now, we're going to be talking about the Endgame for Marvel's Avengers and how much work that it honestly needs, how it can improve to make a better experience for players, honestly. Now, before we get into the video, if you guys go to enjoy it, man, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well so you can never miss a video, and most importantly, hit that like button. Now, without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, now let's get into talks about the Endgame for Marvel's Avengers. Now, to give you guys a quick background, I played a lot of games as a service type games and some RPGs as well. To give you some good examples, I played Division 1 and 2, I played Anthem, I played Destiny 1 and 2 as well, and a bit of Warframe. So I got a really good, base and a good view, I guess you could say, when it comes to these type of games and how the end game is supposed to work and everything. And I feel like when it comes to Marvel's Avengers, it's falling short with it, to be honest with you. And I feel like it's really like killing it slowly, but of course it's going to improve overall. But I want to give my thoughts and give my suggestions, I guess you say, opinions about it, on what they need to do to really improve the game overall, so it could be more of a better experience for people. So yeah, we're finna get into it. Now, the first thing that I have when it comes to my topics for the end game that needs to really be improved or implemented into the game is the specific locations when it comes to the gear sets. Now, as you guys know, we got some gear sets, named gear sets, that are in the game so far. We have 4 of them. We got Hammer Industries, we got PIM Technologies, we got Shield, and we got the Stark Industries. Now, for the Hammer Industries, it's basically focused on melee, when melee damage, and PIM is based on heroics, and the Shield is based on defense, and Stark Industries is based on range. So I feel like if you played example for Destiny 1 and 2, if you played Destiny, especially Destiny 2, since they upgraded it a lot in that game, the way they did it is very perfect. You would know that if you open up the map, you will see everything that's on every mission that's going to drop that specific type of loot. Like, for example, if you want to start technology type armor set that basically focuses on precision, and you want to build a precision type build, say for example you go to the snowy tundra and you do something like the vault mission, it's dropping nothing but you get a guaranteed Stark technology type gear, and basically get really focused on your build that you want to build for that character. So you would know what to run, you would know what to do and what to run, and you wouldn't have to waste time really having to get lucky with RNG. So that's another example I wish they could like put in the game. It really saves a lot of time for some people that probably don't have enough time, and some for the grinders as well. It really helps them out to get to the build that they really want. And I feel like it would, it should reset every Thursday, with the resets, so it can just rotate the map every single time. So if you want to go for like a Shield, you could go to the Utah Badlands. For PIM, you could go to the Utah Badlands as well. For Shield, you could go to like anywhere, to be honest, like the snowy tundra. So there's a lot they can really do right there to save people time when it comes to trying to get a right build, because excuse me, I had to burp. I've seen this to myself that when it comes to me trying to find the right build for some characters, it really takes a long time for me to really find that perfect build, because I'm really, just getting, just basing my luck based on RNG. To be honest, I'm relying on RNG for a drop so I could get it for my character, and it's a 1 in a million time that you'll basically get a perfect drop that you need for your character, that the build that you want. So I feel like that should be added into the game, where you could go to locations that have gear sets that are already in it, that's a guarantee that you're going to get it in that whole mission right there. So that's one thing I feel like they should add into the game, and I feel like Division did it perfectly when it comes to that. That's why I mentioned it. But for the second one we're going to get on is to the higher difficulty equals better awards. Now, this is what they need to add in. I'm not sure. I think they probably talked about this already, but I feel like they need to add this in when it comes to higher difficulty, because for some people you could just run like the elite heroic hive. You could do, they got 14 levels. You could do that on challenging 1 and still get an exotic. Like, it takes the fun out of just running it on brutal. It's like, it's legit no point of running it on brutal when it comes to, you know, the difficulty, because you can still get the exotic just running on challenge 1. It kind of defeats the purpose of it being an exotic, to be honest. And when it comes to games that I play, you know, when it comes to Division and all that, when you play on the hardest difficulty, you almost legit get not all the time, but you get a higher percentage on getting a perfect roll for that gear that you when you run it on the hardest difficulty. And same things go for Destiny as well. I feel like they need to increase it where you're doing the hardest difficulty, you get rewarded for it. And I feel like when it comes to Avengers, I don't know if it sometimes it feels rewarding, but the thing is, the fact that someone else could just run the Elite Heroic Hive on Challenger 1 and just get it easily, the fact that I had to struggle to get mines, I ran it on brutal the whole time, the fact that I had to struggle through it and someone could just easily walk through it and get an exotic, that doesn't sit right with me. It really does not sit right with me. And I feel like, with this recent patch as well, they need to take away these the drop rates of these blues, bro, because I don't know, for some odd reason it seems like they're dropping a lot of blues, and it's dropping like at 129 and 130 and all that, and it's like kind of useless. Because what we're gonna need blue for when we're in the end game? I feel like when we're in the end game, like around 130 plus and all that, we shouldn't. Of course, there's going to be some blues, but the amount of blues that we're seeing is ridiculous. I don't know. I just feel like it needs to be nerfed or something when it comes to the blues dropping. Like when it comes to the harder difficulty, I'm trying to see epics, legendaries, and possibly at the end I see an exotic. That's the point of running it on a harder difficulty, and especially when it comes to like the lower difficulties as well, because a lot of blues be dropping as well, and some people get perfect 5 stars if you're doing on a brutal, or you're doing on challenge 3 on hard mode or normal. You could complete it on 5 stars and everything, and you still get rewarded with blues. Like, it doesn't make sense. It really does not make sense to me. I mean, I would kind of understand if you get epics, the purples, and at least drop some legendaries, but to be rewarded blues and you got a 5 star and you're probably running on normal, hard, or brutal, and the fact that you get a blue drop from it, that doesn't sit well with some people. And sometimes it happened to me as well. It doesn't sit right with me, because I feel like all my hard work is not going to nothing, to be honest. And I feel like that needs to be changed. It really does need to be changed, to be honest. And for the next point we're gonna get onto which is very important, as the recalibration station. Now, you guys know, if you guys don't know what this is, for example, in Destiny, say for example you got not Destiny, Division. Say like you got a perfect roll that dropped for you, and like they got a perk on it that you don't want, and you can change it. They need to add something like that into Avengers, because there's some perfect rolls some perfect gear that dropped for me, and that dropped for me for Hulk, or for example, and it doesn't have the right perk that I want. And they need to add that recalibration station in, so we can change that perk that we don't want that on that gear, so we can really make it fit our playstyle. Now, as you guys know, when it comes to recalibration, once you recalibrate that one part, that's the only thing you can recalibrate. So if you want to do that one perk, you have to stick with that one, and you can just change it out with the perks that they have with the slot that you picked as well. They can have this the perks that are available in that slot that you want to recalibrate. So I feel like a recalibration station will be perfect, that they need to add in here, and it could like cost materials, some upgrade modules that you could use for in game, that you can use to recalibrate and stuff. And of course the cost of it will go up every time you try to use it, so it can make it a risk type reward type of thing. So if you really want it, you gotta spend materials and all that. So that's another thing they need to add in. And for the last thing that really needs somewhat of an improvement is the exotics when it comes to the perks. Now, I've seen some of the exotics. Of course, they did, upgrade it a lot, when it comes to stat wise. But I feel like with perk wise, I feel like it's kind of lacking, to be honest. Now, I've seen some exotic drops for some people. Some of it is not really good. I have to be real. It's not really good. Now the exotic perks that I got one for Hulk from completing the Elite Mecha Hive on Brutal. I got one from that, and that one is pretty good. I have to say, it's pretty good. It's really good for building tanky wise, and that's really a good exotic right there. Now, the first exotic I ever got it has to deal with, you know, using enemies as weapons. And when you ever, you know, of course some people use it as weapons, but you know, I use it enemies as weapons as well. But the fact that you could lose them so easily, it kind of ruins the point of even using that, to be honest. And I feel like when it comes to an exotic, you gotta make it feel like it is exotic. Like you gotta make it feel like it's really strong, and the fact that you really got this, it really changes up your whole playstyle. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example when it comes to an exotic. I made one up for Hulk. Of course, it's, you know, it might not you know, be possible or something, but this is something I came up with. Now, for the first slot, when it comes to the exotic for Hulk, it can state that increase all melee attacks by 20 to 30%. In the second slot for the perk, it says that when you get critically injured, you gain an invulnerability buff and a damage increase for 5 seconds. And for the third slot is that you get a 15 damage reduction when you come out of the invulnerability buff. So what about that? How does that sound? Does that really sound like an exotic? Like, that sound like an exotic. Like, that's really something that you really need, and it's really gonna change up your playstyle completely, make you want to get an exotic. Because to be honest, anything could be said for Thor, to be honest, all the other characters. Now sadly, I don't have nothing like a concept made up for him right now, but I could easily come up some stuff with Thor. Like, for example, when it comes to him going overcharge, he gets in, of course he already gets increased damage, that's a perk already, but that could be the first slot. When it comes to his lightning attacks can deal like additional effects to it, like they can do like plasma damage, or like do a status effect type damage to it to make it feel like it's different, you know, so you could get more status effect. And you could probably do it where you can increase the amount of increase the amount of damage the lightning strike does, you know, just something to really like to switch it up to make it feel like it's an exotic. So that's my like perfect thing when it comes to it. You know, that's basically what all I really have to say, to be honest, when it comes to the end game for Marvel's Avengers. Now hopefully somebody sees this, you know, like a devil, somebody see this, because I really feel like this can really, you know, be a game changer right here, and it can change up the perspective that people have for this game already. Because right now, when it comes to Endgame, it does not feel somewhat rewarding, and especially with the bugs with it too, it adds on to it even more. So, you know, at the end of the day, we have to see, you know, what happens, bro. Even if they don't take this advice, we gotta see what they do. Hopefully, you know, they have been listening to us so far when it comes to feedback and everything. So hopefully, you know, this video can make a difference. Hopefully, you know, I hope so. You know, I really do. But because, you know, I care about the game. If I didn't make this, like, legit, if I didn't care about this game, I would not be making this video right now, because I would just honestly just not really care, because I would just play the game. Wouldn't really care what state it's in. But if I could see how much effectiveness it is right now when it comes to Endgame, and how unrewarding it feels currently right now, I wouldn't. That just shows that I really care, to be honest with you. So, you know, at the end of the day, we gotta see what happens. Hopefully, you know, something happens at the end of the day. But yeah, that's basically everything I really have to talk about, honestly. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. But before I head out, if you guys are not, basically guys, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on post notifications so you're gonna miss a video on my streams. And most importantly, hit that like button. Now, as you guys know, I do stream on Twitch now. Twitch has been going crazy lately, y'all. We really breaking some records on Twitch. That's legit all I have to say, bro. If you've been out to the streams, you guys know it's been going crazy lately. And the Twitch link is below. Now, if you guys don't know, I do have a Discord as well. It's called Avengers Squad. We go over everything dealing with Marvel's Avengers. So if you guys want to join or not to join, all you gotta do is click the link below. That's legit all you gotta do. And also, we talk about the DC games that has been revealed as well. So we got some variety in there for you guys if you guys want to talk about anything else. But I do have memberships on the channel. If you guys want to know more information about that, the link is below. Sadly, I don't have you guys' names in front of me right now, but I want to give a quick shout out to all my elite and rookie class Avengers. I really appreciate y'all. The fact that y'all are members on the channel, I greatly appreciate it. And also shout out to the people that are subbed to me on Twitch. You know, y'all the goats too. You know, I can't forget about the Twitch people. But yeah, that's the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed my my information. If you guys got some feedback that you guys want to put as well, put it in the comments below. Hopefully, you know, Adele see this so they can really get some recommendations when it comes to the end game. But yeah, all right, y'all, I'm gone. Peace.